What's up YouTube, this is Bystanderx79 guys. Today I'm coming to you with my latest deck profile video. And today guys, we're going to be looking at my Tri-Brigade deck. Now, a lot of players, they kind of been steering away from Tri-Brigade. This format, not the best deck, to be honest. Also, a lot of players feel that Tri-Brigade is a lot better as an engine rather than as a pure deck. For me, I decided to take the pure deck out for a spin, and I can tell you right now, I'm having a lot of fun with just the pure deck. It's kind of reminiscent for me of Sky Strikers, where you have a great and powerful engine, and you can just complement it with various hand traps to be able to cause your opponent problems. You add in a lot of the support that the Tri-Brigade actually has, and one particular special tech monster, and yeah, the deck can actually do a lot just by itself as a pure build. So without further ado, we're gonna jump right into this. As always, we're gonna start off with the monsters, and we're gonna do 3 copies of Tri-Brigade Fractal. Now Fractal is kind of the big card in the deck. You want to see this card in your opening hand because it does get things started. Anybody who's played against Tri-Brigade, whether it be in real life or in Master Duel, knows what I'm talking about. This card, while it's in your hand, you can send it from your hand to your graveyard, and then it's basically a foolish burial to send another Tri-Brigade monster from your deck to your graveyard, and from there you just pile on the various graveyard effects to build your resources and be able to link off. The other thing about Tri-Brigades is that they all have an effect while on the field that allows you to banish Beast Warrior, or Wing Beast monsters from your graveyard in order to link summon a Beast Warrior, Wing Beast, Link monster from your extra deck equal to the number of cards you banished. You don't have to worry about monster restrictions or anything else like that. Moving forward, we got 3 copies of Tri-Brigade Caress. Caress is a pretty awesome card. It is the free summon of the Tri-Brigades. Discard a Beast Warrior or Wing Beast monster from your hand, and you're able to basically special summon this guy from your hand onto the field, and then you get the on-field effect to banish cards to get Link monsters going. Next up, we got 3 copies of Tri-Brigade Nerval. Nerval, very awesome card. When this card is sent to the graveyard, you're basically searching your deck to add a Tri-Brigade monster into your hand. And last but not least is we have 3 copies of Tri-Brigade Kit. Very standard with Tri-Brigades. Basically, when she hits sent to the graveyard, whether it be from the field or the deck to the graveyard, you're able to get an additional foolish burial effect and send another Tri-Brigade monster to the graveyard. So essentially, just between Fractal and Kit, you're running 6 foolish burials. Next up, and this is the tech monster that I'm actually running in this deck, and it just makes this deck so much worth it, and that's 3 copies of Reborn Tengu. Alright, Reborn Tengu fits so well in this deck. Why? Because it is a Beast Warrior. It is a Wind Attribute, and not only that, but whenever it leaves the field, you get to special summon another one right from your deck. This card was huge back in the Synchro era. Predominantly for that reason. Whenever it was used for Synchro Summon, you were able to get another one from the deck, and it just works insanely well here with the Link Summoning mechanic, because anytime you use it for a Link material, you're getting another one onto the field, and you can just continue to climb easily into a Sharag on your first turn if you have to go second. Now the thing about Reborn Tengus, not many people are actually sitting on this card, but like I said, it's insane in this deck. And not only that, but there's only 3 printings of this card, so it might be kind of difficult if you want the holos. There was an ultra rare reprint because this card was the sneak peek card for its set. The version you're seeing here is the super rare from the actual set. I think it was Extreme Victories. And then the last printing that I know of was actually in the Power Coach structure deck as a comment. So your best bet if you want to get this card into your Tri-Brigade deck is to find the comments from the structure. I think the Once everybody starts picking up on Reborn Tengu in Tri-Brigades, yeah, it's going to catch on, and you're going to see the price spike. Next up, hand traps. We get 3 copies of Ash Blossom. Why? Because it's Ash. It stops your opponent from searching, sending cards to the graveyard, or special summoning from the deck. Next up, we got the Gamma package. 3 Gammas, 1 Cyber Crane Driver. Stops monster effects and destroys the monster. And of course, I am running 2 copies of DD Crow. It is a winged beast monster, and it can just turn around, banish stuff, any card out of your opponent's graveyard, which is very useful, especially in today's format. Last but not least, I am having 2 additional starter cards in the deck, and that's going to be 2 copies of Rescue Cat. To be Rescue Cat out, you get to special summon 2 level 3 or lower beast monsters from your deck, but their effects are negated. Okay? And they're destroyed during the end of the turn, so typically you're going to be needing to either link them off or go into some sort of Xyz play with them. And that's it for the monsters. Going into the spells, the deck already runs 6 Foolish Burial effects, so why not run a 7th Foolish Burial? Next up, I have Pot of Avarice. Pot of Avarice in here, typically you don't want to recycle your Tri-Brigade monsters because there are ways to get it out of the graveyard and mass to link summon, but you do want to be able to recycle your link monsters, your hand traps, and your Reborn Tengus to really be able to keep the deck going, especially if you get into a long grindy game. 1 copy of Fire Formation Tinky because this card helps you see your fractal. I am running 1 copy of Tri-Brigade Rendezvous. I know a lot of people would rather have Sky Battle, but I like Rendezvous here because it actually power boosts all your monsters. And sometimes you need that little extra attack boost to actually get over. And not only that, but it has an engrave effect where you can actually banish it, and it protects any and all link monsters from being destroyed by battle or card effect, which is actually really useful. Final spell is 3 copies of Tri-Brigade Standoff. Standoff is a very sick continuous trap. Basically, you get to... You can't special the monsters from the extra deck except for Beast, Beast Warrior, or Winged Beasts. However, you can send 1 monster from your hand or the field to the graveyard and add a Tri-Brigade monster from your deck to your hand with a different original type than the monster sent to the graveyard. And this card actually pairs well with Reborn Tengu, because you can normal summon Reborn Tengu, use this card to send Tengu to the graveyard, search your deck for the Tri-Brigade you need, get a Tengu back on the field, and from there you can just actually start comboing off. For the traps, I am running 3 copies of Infinite Impermanence because you want to shut down on-field monster effects. We also are running 1 copy of Tri-Brigade Oath. Okay, you get to special summon a Beast Warrior or Winged Beast monster with a different type from the card you're targeting, the link monsters that you're targeting on the field. And if you control at least 1 each of Beast Warrior, or Winged Beast monsters, you can banish this card from the graveyard and target 1 face-up spell and trap your opponent controls, and it gets its effect until the end of the turn, which is actually pretty interesting to shut down back row cards. And finally, no Tri-Brigade deck is worth the salt without 3 copies of Tri-Brigade Revolt. I think everybody knows what this card does. Special summons any number of Tri-Brigade monsters from your graveyard or banner zone onto the field, and then from there you're going to link summon with those summoned monsters. So it's pretty much your 1 card charade that will turn around and be able to start banishing off your opponent's monsters. That's it for the main deck, 40 cards. We are going into the extra deck now, and of course I run 2 copies of Charade. Charade on summon whenever another Beast Warrior or Winged Beast monster is summoned to the field, you're banishing off 1 of your opponent's cards, which is awesome. Also has a card effect where when it hits the graveyard, and basically that allows you to add a Beast Warrior, Winged Beast monster from your deck to your hand, whose level is equal to the number of banished Beast Warrior, Winged Beast monsters that you have. Very awesome. Allows you to get yourself a search on its pop. We got 2 copies of Tri-Brigade Rugel. Okay, Rugel allows you to basically special summon a monster to the field. Typically, you want to have Rugel and Shurag on the field so you can actually trigger off Shurag's effect during your opponent, further during your opponent's turn, which is awesome. And if Rugel is sent from the field to the graveyard, for the number of Beast Warrior, and Winged Beast monsters you have in the field, all your opponent's monsters lose 300 attack for each of those types. Next up, we got 3 copies of Tri-Brigade Baron Blossom. Okay, very awesome link to. Well, when she's link summon, you're actually able to special summon. Well, actually, during your main phase, it's not really a link summon, but yeah, during your main phase, when she's in the field, you can actually special summon another level 4 or lower Beast Warrior or Winged Beast monster from your hand. Okay. And then you can't use monsters on your field for link materials unless they're Beast Warrior or Winged Beast. I mean, Tri-Brigade is usually lock itself in those 3 types, but it's very flexible based on the cards you have available. And when she's sent from the field to the graveyard, you get to draw a card and then place 1 card from your hand on the bottom of your deck, allowing you to fix your hand a little bit. Next up, we have 2 copies of Tri-Brigade Bearbomb, the Rampager. Very awesome card. You can discard 2 cards and then target one of your banished level 4 or lower Beast Warrior, or Winged Beast monsters and special summon it, which is actually very useful. If this card's sent from the field to the graveyard, you can actually add 1 Tri-Brigade spell or trap card from your deck to your hand. Then place 1 card from your hand on the bottom of the deck. Okay, and that locks you into the typical types. But typically what this card does is that you use this card for link material in order to get Revolt onto the field. Next up, a bit of an old school tech, but you don't really see it that often, but I like it in this Ancient Warriors Oath Double Dragon Lords. You use this with the main deck Tri-Brigades to get it out because you don't have to worry about any other restrictions. It is a Beast Warrior monster, and it has an awesome compulsory evacuation device effect where you can actually discard a card from your hand to be able to bounce a card off your opponent's field. Next up, the other card I'm running in my deck, I'm running 2 copies of Sideframe Lord Lambda. I just like the idea of keeping my Gammas live, so I'm able to respond to any type of monster effect my opponent might do. And of course, since I am running the Gamma package, I do have Sideframe Lord Omega. Helps rip a card out of your opponent's deck. You can also recycle back any cards banished from a banished zone back into your graveyard if you want to do that. And the other level 8 synchro I have, I'm running Brolo Savage Dragon. I mean, it's pretty much a natural fit with a Link-centric deck because when it's summoned, it targets a Link monster in the graveyard, equips it to itself, gains half that monster's attack, and then it also gains counters equal to that monster's Link rating. So you get those Omega Gates on board. Last but not least, I do run 1 copy of Skycab Release. A lot of level 2 monsters in this deck. Easy to do this. Make this card. This card can't be destroyed by battle while it has its Exceeds material. At the end of this damage step, if this card battled your opponent's monster, you get to detach its Exceeds material and return it to your opponent's hand, which is awesome. And because since it attacked, and guess what, guys? Boom! You can actually go into Zeus, and everybody knows what Zeus does. Basically, you can detach 2 materials from it and clear the field of everything else. Guys, that is it for my pure Tri-Brigade deck profile for March 2022. I do hope you enjoyed it. If you did, give this deck a thumbs up. If you want to see more content like this on my channel, make sure to subscribe, enable notifications so you don't miss any uploads. Check out the description box below. Find my TCG Player affiliate link. Great resource when you're shopping on tcgplayer.com, and it also helps support the channel, allowing me to bring you better content. Also, find my invite link to my Discord server. Join the conversation. We'll love to have you. Follow me on social media. And guys, until next time, peace.